Good evening and welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. The Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research, ISE, has projected Ghana's growth rate to hit 4.5% this year. The IMF earlier revised Ghana's growth rate from 3% to 4% for the same period. Professor Peter Quartey said the country is on a positive trajectory and expects the rate to exceed 4%. He was speaking at the launch of the State of the Ghanaian Economy Report and review of the third quarter economic performance. Here's more.
At the launch of the State of the Ghanaian Economy Report and review of the third quarter economic performance, Professor Quartey said there is the need to ensure expenditure rationalization, especially in procurement and compensation through digitalization of payroll system. Based on the latest projection, it says upbeat about Ghana's economy, but wants government to enhance revenue mobilization through digitalization.
I think this is the 33rd edition of our report, and people find it useful in terms of the data, in terms of the credible, non-partisan analysis of issues concerning our economy. We've so far seen that our growth rate seems to be slightly higher and even higher than the pre-COVID growth rates. So if you look at the quarter 2 2024 figures, so it tells us that if we look at the past where we tend to grow even faster in quarter 3, quarter 4, then we are likely to grow by 4% or even more in 2024, all things being equal. We also saw that so far there's been fiscal consolidation. Government, based on the IMF program, is very much on target in our fiscal. Nevertheless, we hope the political business cycle, where in the last quarter of the year we tend to spend beyond reasonable limits, and that will not recur. We've learned from our past mistakes and we'll stick to the course. So hopefully, if that happens, then the first quarter of 2025 will be a smooth year. There wouldn't be much turbulence.
The Institute of Statistical, Social and Economic Research also kicked against the scrap of betting tax.
We have to ensure that we get more value addition, high value services, not just small scale services, trading, etc. High value services in ICT and other service related areas. And finally, the issue about digitalization, trying to digitalize our revenue sources is very key. We want to reduce the human interface, want to raise more revenue from property rates, want to raise more revenue from the ports. If we cut out the human interface as much as possible, we want to raise more revenue from property taxes and other forms of taxes. And then we can then talk about scrapping e-levy, scrapping COVID-19 levy, but we do not subscribe to scrapping betting tax, because tax is also used to correct behavior. We don't want to turn our youth into betting, where betting becomes a business. Rather, let's tax that sector, use the money to promote jobs, create sustainable jobs that would engage the young people that we turn out from our institutions.
The Institute, however, agreed to assertions to scrap the COVID and the electronic levy tax. James Eshen's report for Joy Business.
Let's talk about the currency now, because Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam is urging businesses not to panic despite the current pressure on the Ghana cedi. The minister maintained that the Bank of Ghana is currently in a strong position to effectively deal with the pressure.
The cedi has stabilized for some time now. Over the last 1 month or so, we've seen relative stability in the cedi. And we are determined to continue to stabilize the cedi. The worry by many people is that demand for Forex will increase as we go closer to Christmas. And I can tell you that the Bank of Ghana has accumulated significant reserves to meet the demand. We also know that the IMF, after the board approval on the 2nd of December, will disburse $360 million to Ghana. We are working with the World Bank also to disburse another $300 million under the DPO series. And so in addition to what the bank has already accumulated in reserves, respecting these flows, forex flows, which certainly will help in stabilizing the cedi further into next year, early next year.
In some other business news, Development Bank Ghana is now taking some aggressive measures to help improve lending and reduce the cost of borrowing to some critical sectors of the economy. The bank has now set up a subsidiary unit to specifically guarantee loans that banks will extend to sectors like agriculture and SMEs in the country. Chief Executive of the bank, Kwame Naduka, disclosed this to Joy Business at the ongoing IMF World Bank meetings in Washington, D.C.
The purpose of that is to provide risk participation. So that when the banks are taking risk, in terms of supporting our local businesses, we're going to come in through Development Bank Ghana and support them up to 60, 70, and even sometimes 80% of that risk. And that's important because if you can mitigate that risk, it allows them to be able to lend more. And as they lend more and as we continue to support good practices, then we can scale up.
So this guarantee institution is more of going to absorb the risk associated with lending to certain sectors, and that could again reduce the cost, because I know that the risky nature of a sector is priced into that loan. And I know agri could be one of the sectors that could be benefiting from this if it materializes.
Oh, exactly. I mean, Gersol has been doing that for some years now. And Development Bank Ghana Guarantee will be doing that not just for agriculture, working with Gersol, but in manufacturing, in ICT, and all the areas that we mentioned. So we're just expanding that risk participation footprint. And we've got 50 million from the World Bank, 20 million from KFW. And with that 70 million, we're going to be able to do a lot of good. Yeah.
In the economics, you see all other things being equal, when are we hoping that it would take off? Because for a lot of players who are doing good business, a lot of sectors that are doing everything right, but their only hedgehole has been the risky nature. They'll be looking forward to this institution taking off in earnest.
Development Bank Ghana Guarantee will be fully operational early next year. We're looking at January for them to hit the road running, but it'll certainly be in Q1 next year.
Let's talk about sustainable financing. And I know that the green financiers out there might be worried a little bit. What is DBG doing to try and, again, influence financing to ensure that our funds will go into areas and institutions that are 100% committed to sustainable environmental principles when it comes to the operations? I mean, some will say that these caterpillars and champagnes that we are seeing, they don't fly from space to there. There might be a financial institution that it might be indirectly or unknowingly playing a role as well. Looking at the muzzle you hold in this space, what are you doing to ensure that our funding, or we will deal with institutions that promote 100% sustainable workings going forward?
Let's take a quick step back. And I don't know if any of you have been to a Galamsey field, where you'll see thousands of young men working, basically, as you quite rightly said, with practices that are
Kwame Naduka is the managing director of DBG, having that interaction with my colleague George Yafe in Washington, D.C., USA. Back home in Ghana, the Ghana Fintech and Payments Association is asking the Bank of Ghana to be heavy on investments to stop cyber-related crimes. President of the association, Martin Awaga, said the association is ready to promote and advance safety in the digital payment systems. He spoke to Joy Business at the launch of the Ghana Fintech Awards.
So I think it's a month dedicated to educating the masses, to educating all of us about how we should go about our daily lives and activities on the internet, on the phones we are using, and on the web and whatever. So I think these are things that we need to also take notice of, engage the regulators, partake of the activities that they are doing to make sure that we understand some of the issues, some of the possible so that we can identify some of the possible issues that can emanate from day-to-day activities online. of the fintech products or digital fintech products or digital financial services products that have been developed, majority of them are being used within the southern belt of Ghana. So there's more opportunities that need to be exploited within the northern and middle belts of Ghana. Now, there's the need to also take education to them. That's one of the things that we are working at, with other stakeholders to make sure going forward next year and the years beyond, we take some of these activities and events, not just within Accra, but expand the reach. So we are considering even having a fintech roadshow that would take us from the southern belt all the way to the northern belt, so that we can engage and sensitize various stakeholders across the length and breadth of this country, so that they can also partake of the digital financial services or ecosystem.
Victor Electronics, a domestic appliance mart, has opened its new outlets at Kaswa off the Kaswa-Nyanyano Road. The shop offers a wide range of domestic electrical appliances at affordable prices. Speaking to the media at the opening, Media and Public Relations Officer for Victor Electronics, Rejoice Fiamo, noted that patrons are assured of excellent customer experience. Here's more in this report.
The opening of Victor Electronics outlets in Kaswa off the Nyanyano bypass will offer residents of Kaswa and its environs with a wide range of quality appliances at affordable prices. The outlets boast of extensive selection of products including air conditioners, refrigerators, television sets and many more. Rejoice Fiamo is the Public Relations Officer at Victor Electronics. She tells us more.
We are the electronic hub, and we bring to the people quality home and electrical appliances ranging from refrigerators, gas cookers, home theaters, washing machines, and so many more from quality brands like Samsung, Nasco, Media, Broom, TCL, LG, Alien, and so many more brands. So the reason people should patronize Victor Electronics is we brings you nothing but quality, and our price is just the best in the market. So this should, and our customer service is one of a kind. When you walk into our showroom, you are going to enjoy a top-notch customer service with us.
Where else are you located? Where can we find you?
Okay, so Kaswa is the freshest branch that we have opened. We have about 8 branches across. In Ho, we have 3 branches. In Sogakope, we have a branch there. We have branch at Keta, Joje, Aplau, Kwanta, Hohwe, and still counting. So at Kaswa, we are located at Nyanyano Road, at Mamia Honde on the KFC Road. That is where we are located. We are just by the roadside, so you see our signboard very big there, and everything will tell you that yes, this is Victor Electronics.
Ahead of the Yuletide, Victor Electronic promises juicy discounts and promotions.
November, we're having the biggest event, which is Black Friday, 90% discounts on all our home and electrical appliances that you are going to buy. So from the 1st, 8, 15, 22nd, 29 is Black Friday at all branches. And Kaswa, since it's the freshest baby that we have given birth to, definitely it's also going to enjoy this promotion during November. And when December comes, definitely we are a promotional hub. So we are still bringing them more discounts, more good prices.
To celebrate its grand opening, customers who purchase selected items will receive complimentary goodies. Uncle Jeff, a satisfied customer, shared his experience.
This morning I came here to buy Media air conditioning and Media a gas cooker, and they give me blender, and then they give me phone. So it's not kululu, it's real. So everybody should hurry up and then come here and buy one or two. If you buy, you get something definitely.
The Commissioner of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Brigadier General Zibrim Bawa Ayorogo, has raised concern about chieftaincy issues in Sampa, which of course is having a negative impact on revenue collection in the broader community of the German North District. Speaking in Sunyani as part of the Bunu regional visit, the Commissioner appealed to stakeholders to help resolve the conflict and complement the authority's innovation to enhance revenue collection for development. Precious Semevo reports.
The visit of the Commissioner of the Customs Division of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Brigadier General Zibrim Bawa Ayorogo, to the Sunyani and Sampa collections in the Bono region provided an opportunity to interact with the staff, inspect the facilities, and discuss operational issues affecting revenue collection. The visit was also to urge the staff to work harder, as well as appeal to the traders and business community to honor their tax obligations to help in the development of the country. Brigadier General Ayorogo asserted that the GRA is improving initiatives to enhance revenue collections, including engaging defaulters.
One key area is tax education. This is something that the GRA has taken on board. We go to church leaders, we go to mosque imams, national chief imam, and so to encourage people to pay taxes. And my movement from company, I even go to companies. A lot of companies are indebted. So we go to encourage them to make good their promises in terms of taxes. Sometimes we do not want to close down the companies. Sometimes a company, I don't want to mention names, have employees, about 800 employees. Imagine closing down the company. It's a fact. By going to appeal to them, we are making some headways.
He, however, noted that conflicts in their operational areas impact revenue collection. He appealed to stakeholders to deal with the Sampa chieftaincy clashes for free business ventures and revenue collection in the border community.
Let's say in the case of Sampa, for example, I'm told that there's some chieftaincy disturbances or dispute, and sometimes, I don't know whether the curfew is still on. As a result, trading activities have slowed down. As a result, we're not making the needed revenues. But at least last year, Sampa did well. But this year, because of these disturbances, we're not getting the revenue that we should get. Obviously, we'll be the greatest beneficiaries in terms of revenue collection if the issues are resolved. So I want the issue to be resolved. The House of Chiefs and all the stakeholders who have some stake in this issue should be able to assist in bringing peace. Without peace, you cannot develop. Without peace, you don't even think of revenue.
Precious Semevo Joy Business, Sunyai.
The 4 Garrison Educational Center in the Ashanti region is set to receive a modern digital laboratory center after Ecobank Ghana's cut sword for the refurbishment of the only library facility serving thousands of students at the school. Now, the project, which is expected to be completed in the coming months, seeks to enhance the digital literacy of pupils while investing in the country's human resource for the 4th Industrial Revolution. There is more in this report.
The 4 Garrison Educational Center has been one of the leading basic schools in the Ashanti region, producing some of Ghana's luminaries since its establishment. The Educational Center is a cluster of 11 basic schools, currently having a population over 7,000 pupils. The school's only library facility at the old barracks of the 4th Infantry Battalion has over the years served thousands of students despite its infrastructural and resource deficits. Lieutenant Colonel Laye Okoli is the 4 Garrison Education Officer.
Currently, what we have there cannot provide such teaching. I mean, most of the books are outmoded. We don't have adequate, structures that will support enough learning. And they cannot stand the test of time when it comes to contemporary learning and teaching. On our own, we've been able to change the face of the library from the original wooden type into aluminum glazing window. Our dream is to convert the library into an e-library.
Ecobank Ghana, through its annual initiative, is refurbishing the library into a modern digital ICT laboratory equipped with free internet connectivity and a free tuition for 6 months on AI, robotics, web development and animation. The bank has since 2013 celebrated the Ecobank Day with focus on spearheading and implementing a series of social projects in Ghana and across the African continent. In the last 3 years, the bank has focused on transforming education on the continent, with this year's project emphasizing on digital literacy. Michael Uswa Chow is the zonal manager of the Ecobank Ghana Limited in Ashanti region.
We focused on digital literacy and equipped 10,000 children with digital skills across our geographical footprint in Africa. For this 2024 edition, we are building on last year's success. And the theme for this year's Ecobank Day, therefore, is igniting learning through artificial intelligence. The focus is on AI and foundational learning and how AI can be harnessed to help improve basic skills in literacy, numeracy, and digital literacy. Indeed, AI has the potential to transform education making it more personalized, accessible, and effective than ever before.
Lieutenant Colonel Okoli believes the facility will strengthen the education center's performance in the field of science and technology.
The completion of this library will indeed impact positively on the academics of these children. Not only our own students, but students within the catchment area will also have the opportunity to come here and learn. And who knows, tomorrow, as we are talking about AI, one of these children will also give back to society as EcoBank has given back to society.
For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bratsqueku.
Thanks so much for watching Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. We have more stories for you when you log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Do visit the portal and get yourselves updated. See you tomorrow with more business news. Prime Sports is next with Razak Musbao.